Hello, everyone. Thank you for your patience. Was trying to wait to see. There were some individuals that were inquiring about the training. So I was trying to see if they were gonna hop on, but here we are. But I want to thank you guys for coming in. This is the score machine training. And on this training, we're going to review how to utilize the score machine. I see you put in there, Miss Joanne, you don't have any questions, so you're going to go ahead and step out. All right. Well, here are our pricing for the score machine. So as of now, our services are a monthly subscription, and here are the prices for the subscriptions. Now, I will encourage you guys to go ahead if you have ready to join the sub software. Join the software. Oh, I got you, Joanne. Join the software as soon as possible because these prices will go up. It has been shared on a number of occasions that the prices are going to go up. So if you are interested in getting started, let me go ahead and drop the link in the chat here for you to go ahead and join on. Let's see. Okay, well, it's not allowed. I'll put that in the chat here shortly. But that information, be sure that you guys do join on, okay? If you haven't already subscribed, I encourage you guys to go ahead and subscribe. It is $197 as of right now, but that price will end to be only $447 a month, okay? So we encourage you to go ahead and get started with the services with your subscription that way, you can lock in at that low price. Understand, once you have locked in at that low price, if the prices go up or you no longer see the 197, you will continually be subscribed to that subscription as long as you continue to stay enrolled in that subscription, okay? So what I'm going to do is put that link there in the chat. That way you guys can go ahead and register if you haven't already. So let me drop that here. Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right, so let's go ahead and log into the score machine. And here is our score machine. All right, so this is your dashboard view. Tells you how many clients you have in the software, how many clients are fundable, how many clients are not fundable, and how many clients you have funded already. Okay. As you can see, we have a total of 2,200 banks and credit unions in the software now, and these numbers continue to increase. Okay. So our team is always working in the back end to be able to import new credit unions and banks so that we can have access to them when we are ready to fund ourselves or our clients. Okay. Now, in order for us to use the software, it's very simple. You would need to utilize My Free Score Now, My Score IQ, or Identity IQ as the credit monitoring sites. Those are the only three options that you can utilize to allow our AI software to read that credit report and let you know if your client or you are fundable. Okay. So, in order for you to start that process, what we'll do is go ahead and click right here where it says Add Client. And it's very simple. You select one of the three platforms here, and wherever you or your client has a login for one of these three options, you'll type it in. Now, understand for My Score IQ and Identity IQ, you will need the last four of the social, okay? So when you are utilizing one of those two platforms, it does require you to have the last four of the social. But once all that information has been typed in, the next steps is for you to go ahead and see, or if the software has determined or deemed that report is fundable. Okay. Now, how we would determine that is let's go ahead and click right here where it says work area. So after you've created or added your client in here, the software is going to read all that information, gather the personal information as well as the credit report, and read that report to let you know if that specific client is fundable. Okay. So how you would do that is once that client information has already been imported into the software, you'll go ahead and click on that client so you can move forward to see if they are fundable. So let's go ahead and click on the client there. And as you can see, for this client specifically, they are fundable. Now you have a different options here at the top to be able to review that report to see exactly where we are. Okay. So you have the analyst the analyzation of the report here. It pretty much just maps out everything in regards to the report, what's going on with the report, what possibly needs to be changed, or if there's nothing that needs to be changed, that's also going to determine that as well. Okay. We have our progress report. If we go ahead and click there, they'll provide us with a progress report of the credit report. Okay. So what you need to do to progress that report. Okay. If there was anything negative, it will be listed here to let you know exactly what's going on, what you need to change. As we can see for this specific client, there are 12 inquiries. Inquiries are sometimes a hindrance when it is time to get approved for funding because the banks can review those inquiries and see that you have been on your job of looking for places to fund you. It could also look like you are being reckless with your report by applying so much. So if you are going to get your credit report fundable, having four or less inquiries will be best for funding purposes. Okay. But like you see, the software is going to map out exactly what and where you need to enhance. This specifically lets you know what bureau and what type of account it is. Okay. Perfect there. Next, we're going to go to the underwriting. Let's go ahead and click on underwriting. Underwriting is going to let us know specifically the data points that the client did or did not meet when it comes to the report. Okay. So what we can do is understand that green means go, yellow means proceed with caution, and red means stop. As you can see, there's a lot of green, but there is yellow here in the inquiries because like I shared, this client does have a lot of inquiries. So we want to proceed with caution because there's not as many inquiries on the TransUnion report as it is with Equifax or Experian. So in this case, the client will still be able to go and get funding from banks that pull only from Equifax or Experian. But as you can see, when there's greens across the board, that means this client is fundable and we can proceed to select the different banks that will fund this client. Okay. So here are the data points or the criteria: 730 plus credit score, utilization under 30%, minimum 5 open primary credit cards with 2 years of good payment history, 3 primary credit cards with at least 3 years of age or 5,000 plus, limit, no more than 4 unsecured accounts open in the last 12 months, under 4 inquiries fundable on the Bureau's cards, no collections, no charge-offs, no late payments, and no bankruptcies. So as we can see, this client is ready to go ahead and pull the trigger to get funding. And as you can see right here, it says go to funding. That will be the next steps. Okay. So if we were to go ahead and click right here where it says go to funding, we'll acknowledge this notice here. And then we can proceed with funding. Now, if you are a funding company or agency or corporation company, you can put the amount of percentage that you want to charge here. So the software will calculate that for you, okay? And you can also create an invoice through the software for you to send to your client so that they can go ahead and take care of that via their bank account or credit card, okay? So like I share, you can change this percentage here. Next is the funding options here. So you have different cards here that are available for you to go ahead and get funding through. For this specific credit report, like I shared, Equifax and Experian were the better options because they did not have all the inquiries on the report. But if we scroll down, it usually gives us cards that we can go through. Usually it has like a check mark, a X, to let you know whether that bank specifically pulls from what credit union, okay? Or what credit, what bank, okay? So that option, those option or that information is available for you as well. You have the ability to select from any credit cards, loans, line of credit, or SBA loans, okay? If you only want to look at your Equifax credit report, you can do that by clicking on there. And the internet is moving pretty slow. But you guys can kind of get the gist of things here, okay? Now if we go back, oh, now it wants to change things. Okay, great. We go back, that was the underwriting option. Then we have your automated credit analysis. And with the credit analysis, we're going to go ahead and acknowledge this notice here. With the credit analysis, say for instance, you're not utilizing the M2 software, your own software to be able to process or create letters. You can utilize ChatGPT. And with that being said, with the analyst of the credit report, we can click right here where it says run law engine. We'll click there and it's going to provide us with the errors as well as the codes. So what you could simply do is type in some specific words in ChatGPT, utilizing these codes to formulate a letter to help you remove, say for instance, these inquiries off the credit report. Okay. So the software gives you the tools. You will just have to go the extra step to be able to create the method so that you can go ahead and attack those credit reports if you deemed to need to be able to do any credit repair prior to any funding. Okay. We have a debt consolidation option here as well. So if your credit cards are high, you can pretty much map out exactly how you want to pay them off and how many months, and then it'll provide you with the number or the amount that you should be paying on a monthly basis. So say for instance, if we want to pay this off, and let's just say hypothetically speaking 24 months. Okay. Payment date, utilization, you want it down to 10%. What you'll do is save this information and then it'll create the payment plan so that, or update the payment plan. So in this case, the minimum payment will be $4, okay? And that will help you pay down that within 24 months, okay? So there's a debt consolidation option there as well. Of course, with the funding option, we just want to review that.